What's up guys, I'm KB Kwan from Taste of Asian Food. Welcome back to this channel, Quick and Easy Asian Food. Now in this episode, I'm going to make a video that I've uploaded a few years ago. It is all about sweet and sour pork. You may wonder why I want to remake the video, because I've made some changes in the recipe. I've coated the pork with a batter in the past before deep frying, but this time I'm going to coat the pork with a dry coating. Consists of some flour, some cornstarch, some salt and some baking powder. Why I'm doing so? Because I find that it is crispier and it tastes better. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm using collar butt to make this sweet and sour pork. In fact, most of the restaurants, they like to use pork belly, but I find that it's a little bit too fatty. If you want to make it healthier, you can use pork loin instead. And my collar butt is just in between the pork belly and pork loin, so it is a good balance of fat and lean meats. First, you need to cut the pork into about 1-inch pieces. I have about 500 grams of pork over here. Once I finish cutting the pork, I put it into a mixing bowl. You need some salt, some cornstarch and some light soy sauce. Cornstarch is useful as it holds a light soy sauce so that it will adhere to the pork during marination. Light soy sauce helps to improve the flavor, but it also makes the pork become darker after deep frying. So it is a trade-off. If you want the pork looks brighter and lighter in color, you have to omit the light soy sauce. Then mix everything together and marinate for 30 minutes or longer before start to deep fry. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to use a batter to coat the pork before deep frying. I'm going to coat it with a dry coating mix. To prepare the dry coating mix is quite simple. What you need to do is to measure the correct amount of the following ingredients: all-purpose flour, cornstarch, salt, baking powder. And what you need is just to mix all these ingredients, and there you go. That is the dry coating mix that I use. This coating mix can be used for most of the fried items, and that's why it is worth to make a larger batch and keep the extra for future use. Add 4 large tablespoons of this coating mix to the pork, and then mix well, shake off the excess, and there you go. The pork is now ready for deep frying. After marinate the pork, let's fry the pork now. First, put some oil about ½ an inch deep into a pan. Heat up the oil. Place a chopstick into the oil, and there will be plenty of bubbles rising around the chopstick. If that happens, that means the temperature is now suitable for deep frying. Place the pork into the oil, and not to crowd the pan with too many pieces of pork to avoid them from sticking together. It will take about 4 minutes over medium heat to deep fry the pork, and stir and flip occasionally if you want. That will help to ensure that the pork is evenly cooked. Once it is done, remove and drain on a paper towel. Besides the pork, we also need some vegetables, mainly the cooling vegetables such as pineapple, cucumber. These vegetables will provide a good balance against the deep fried pork. Cut the cucumber, onion, pineapple to about the same size as the pork. Heat some oil in the wok. Stir fry the onion until aromatic, followed by the cucumber and pineapple. Now add the homemade sweet and sour sauce. And you also need some water to dilute it to become a gravy. I have a separate video on how to prepare the sweet and sour sauce. I will leave the link in the description below the video. Essentially, it is actually quite easy. What you need to do is to mix the tomato ketchup, chili sauce, plum sauce, salt and sugar. Then heat up all these ingredients to dissolve the sugar. And finally, add some lemon juice and mix well. That is your sweet and sour sauce. Final step, return the crispy pork to the wok. Turn off the heat, douse the pork with the sauce and dish up immediately. This sweet and sour pork is best to serve while it is still crispy. So this is how to make sweet and sour pork. It's quite easy, straightforward, but it is really addictive. You can serve it at the days as a meal, or it is better to serve it with steamed rice. That is how it is served in a typical Chinese family. If you like this recipe, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the notification bell and give me a like. And don't forget to share it with your friends and family. That's all for today, and I'll see you again in some other videos on this channel soon. Thanks for watching.